The line between sisterly love and forbidden desire blurred the night Noah turned 18. What happened next would change our lives forever. I'm Alexa, and I'm about to take you on a journey into the depths of a taboo relationship. It's a tale of passion, guilt, and the intoxicating pull of the forbidden. The night of Noah's 18th birthday party, I noticed something different in the way he looked at me. His eyes lingered a bit too long. His touches seemed more deliberate. At first, I brushed it off as the excitement of the celebration. But as the evening wore on, an unsettling feeling crept over me. I was helping clean up in the kitchen when Noah cornered me. The house had quieted down, most guests had left, and we were alone. He leaned in close, his breath warm on my ear as he whispered, "Alexa, I need to tell you something." My heart raced as I turned to face him, sensing the weight of his words before he even spoke them. "I can't stop thinking about you," Noah confessed, his voice trembling slightly. "Not just as my sister, but as more." The shock of his admission hit me like a wave, and I struggled to find words. My mind raced, trying to rationalize what I was hearing. This was my little brother, the kid I'd grown up with, now standing before me as a man with desires I never anticipated. I tried to laugh it off, to treat it as a joke, but Noah's intense gaze told me he was serious. As I looked into his eyes, I felt a flicker of something I couldn't quite name, a mixture of fear, excitement, and a hint of curiosity that I immediately tried to suppress. "Noah, we can't," I whispered, but even as the words left my mouth, I felt a growing unease, not because of his confession, but because of my own reaction to it. Instead of outright rejection, I found myself oddly drawn to the intensity of his feelings, the forbidden nature of what he was proposing. In that moment, standing in the dim light of the kitchen, something shifted between us. The air felt charged with possibility and danger. "Noah, we can't," I whispered, but even as the words left my mouth, I felt a growing unease, not because of his confession, but because of my own reaction to it. Instead of outright rejection, I found myself oddly drawn to the intensity of his feelings, the forbidden nature of what he was proposing. In that moment, standing in the dim light of the kitchen, something shifted between us. The air felt charged with possibility and danger. Wondering if it was Noah coming to find me. The clock seemed to move agonizingly slow as I waited for our clandestine meeting, knowing that whatever happened next would change everything between us. They say the forbidden fruit tastes the sweetest, but they never warn you about its addictive properties. As I reached for the door handle to Noah's room, I had no idea I was about to embark on a journey that would challenge everything I thought I knew about love, desire, and myself. My heart pounded in my chest as I climbed the stairs to the 3rd floor. Each step felt like a decision, a choice I couldn't take back. When I finally reached Noah's room, my hand trembled as I turned the doorknob. The room was dimly lit, and Noah stood by the window, his silhouette outlined by moonlight. Our eyes met, and for a moment, neither of us moved. The air crackled with tension and unspoken desires. Noah took a tentative step forward, and I found myself mirroring his movement. When we finally came together, our first kiss was clumsy and uncertain. It was nothing like I had imagined, yet it sent shockwaves through my body. As we continued, my mind waged war with itself. Every touch, Every caress felt electric, sending waves of pleasure coursing through me. But with each moment of bliss came a surge of guilt, threatening to drown me. I knew what we were doing was wrong, yet I couldn't bring myself to stop. Our encounter grew more passionate, more urgent. Noah's hands explored my body with a curiosity that both thrilled and terrified me. I felt myself getting lost in the sensations, my rational mind slowly giving way to pure instinct. The taboo nature of our actions only seemed to intensify the experience, creating a heady mixture of excitement and fear. Suddenly, a creak from downstairs jolted us back to reality. We froze, our hearts racing for a different reason now. Had someone heard us? Were we about to be discovered? The moment passed, but it left us both shaken. I realized then how dangerous this game we were playing truly was. Despite the close call, I found myself unable to leave. The rush of adrenaline, the forbidden nature of our encounter, had awakened something in me. I was acutely aware of the potential consequences, yet I felt compelled to continue. It was as if I was watching myself from outside my body, unable to stop what was happening. In the end, we crossed a line that could never be uncrossed. As I lay in Noah's arms afterward, a complex cocktail of emotions washed over me. Exhilaration mingled with shame, satisfaction with guilt. I had given into my desires, and in doing so, I had forever altered the course of our lives. As I crept back to my room in the early hours of the morning, I felt changed. The thrill of our encounter still buzzed through my veins, but a heavy weight had settled in my chest. I had tasted the forbidden fruit, and I already craved more. Little did I know, this was just the beginning of a dangerous dance that would test the limits of my morality and my heart. That first taste of forbidden fruit was intoxicating, but it came with an unexpected price. As Noah and I fell deeper into our secret world, we developed an intricate system of signals and meetups. A certain way of clearing my throat meant coast is clear. 2 quick taps on his door signaled urgent news. We mastered the art of meaningful glances across the dinner table, conveying volumes without saying a word. Our encounters grew more frequent and daring. What started as stolen moments in dark corners evolved into risky rendezvous in shared spaces. The constant fear of discovery paradoxically fueled our passion. Each near miss with family members sent adrenaline coursing through our veins, heightening every sensation. One afternoon, we almost exposed everything. I was straddling Noel on the living room couch when we heard the front door unlock. In a panic, I dove behind the sofa as Noah frantically straightened his clothes. Our mother walked in, oblivious to the scene she had nearly witnessed. As I lay there, heart pounding, I realized how precarious our situation had become. Yet I couldn't stop. The thrill of our encounters, the electricity of Noah's touch, it was addictive. I found myself constantly craving more, taking greater risks for those moments of ecstasy. The secrecy itself became intoxicating, a drug I couldn't resist. As weeks turned into months, the weight of our secret grew heavier. I withdrew from friends and family. We need help, Noah. Real help. As I left the attic, each step felt like a small act of reclaiming my life. The road ahead would be difficult, but for the first time in months, I felt a glimmer of hope. I felt a glimmer of hope. It was time to confront the full weight of my choices and find a way forward, no matter how painful it might be. The aftermath of my relationship with Noah left deep scars on our family. Trust had to be slowly rebuilt, and therapy became a lifeline for all of us. Looking back, I realize how easily desire can cloud judgment and rationality. If you're struggling with similar feelings or situations, please reach out for professional help. You don't have to face this alone. Trained counselors can provide the support and guidance needed to process complex emotions and make healthy choices. Human relationships are messy and complicated. While we can't always control our desires, we can choose how we act on them. Maintaining ethical boundaries, especially with family, is crucial for our well-being and the health of our relationships. My experience taught me that some lines, once crossed, can never be fully uncrossed.